Welcome back everybody, and thank you for sticking with me. Today we're going to be going over Battlbox Mission 30, which is the nuclear, biological, and chemical box. For those of you new to the channel who are not familiar with Battlbox, they are a multi-level monthly subscription service, and this month is, like I said, the nuclear or MBC box. Now this is the list of the items that we're going to be going over. We're going to break everything down from Basic, Advanced, Pro, and Pro Plus. Now the first item in the basic box are these potassium iodide tablets. Now in a radiation emergency, you are going to be running into these. Now the only thing these tablets actually do is shrink your thyroid and help block harmful radiation from actually getting in, which are basically radiated iodine. And what that does is can cause thyroid cancer later on down the road, which can be extremely devastating to you. And just because you have a gas mask and iodide tablets does not mean that you are ready for a nuclear holocaust. For anyone who's taking the threat like this actually in a serious manner, you need to make sure you have a good evacuation plan so you're at least 50 miles away of any potentially exposed areas like power plants, major cities, things like that. As far as your evacuation route goes, you need to have a NBC rated safe shelter, and you need to make sure that you have full control over the food and water supply you have in conjunction with this plan. In addition to having a gas mask is great, but think about your normal clothes and your skin still being exposed to the harmful radiation, so you would want to invest in a full-on chemical suit fitted to you that is actually rated for NBC attacks. Then the next item in the basic box are these Radiac Wash Wipes. Now these wipes are designed to remove contamination from very small objects or your hands. Think just like a normal towelette. However, these have the Radiac solution, which is designed to help take the contaminants and the different compounds that, like the metals and everything that are on your body in a contaminated situation, bind with it through the solution and actually help lift it up to allow it to actually be washed away before it absorbs into your skin. Now, this is in no way, shape, or form a solution for a full contamination kit. However, if you want to kind of up your game on from the wipes that you get from the Battlbox, something you could do is also you could purchase one of the bigger bottles of the Radiac Wash, which is more suited for bigger spills and bloodborne pathogens, contaminant, radiation, and what that'll allow you to do is kind of clean off. But the key is once you rinse off with these towelettes and you scrub your hands really clean, you need to use a lot of running water for 7 to 10 minutes to make sure the contamination is fully removed on your hands. But if it gets on your hands, it more than likely is on the rest of your body. The next item in the basic box is this Nuclear War Survival Skills book. Now, some of you may go, holy crap, nuclear war is not on the top list of my priorities. However, keep this in mind, I've been flipping through this book and it's got a bunch of different survival skills, different life hacks, ways to build different types of shelters, and ways to tie certain types of knots. It basically, long story short, I've been flipping through this book and finding survival hacks and cool tips and tricks that I have never even heard of before. Even if you went and bought this on your own or you're not a subscriber to Battlbox, this would be an invaluable tool and for generic survival skills. The next item in the basic box is this radiation detection dosimeter. Now these are little cards that you're actually designed to wear on a lanyard around your neck if you wear a chemical suit or if you work as hazmat teams, nuclear power plant workers, anything like that, military members who are in a high threat environment, all have these in their kits, and it's designed to detect and register the amount of absorbed ionizing radiation that you are affected by. And these cards are always active, 100% all the time, so if you're exposed to any high levels of gamma or x-ray radiation, these things will start changing color and let you know you need to get out of the area you're in or you're getting too close to danger. Basically, in all essential purposes for civilians, this basically just registers, marks, and lets you know how fucked you are. The last two items in the basic box are these biohazard radioactive materials bags. Now these are free in the kit. There's not a perceived value. These are just an inclusion. Realistically, for civilians, this is more novelty than anything. It's kind of fun. Now you could do stuff like biohazard waste. If you have high soiled clothing with blood, dirt, grime, infections, anything like that, you could use these to remove, and they're clearly labeled. So if in a prepper situation, you put these in your bug out bag for those purposes, definitely a good option. Now we move on to the advanced box, which is $50 a month, and the first item is the Polish gas mask. And this is a military surplus gas mask. And keep in mind, this has a value of $14.95. So now, is this better to create a good seal on your body and use it with a canister to basically have more protection than absolutely nothing? Yes. But if you decide that you want to take nuclear warfare and survival skills like this seriously and have a gas mask and pouch ready for you or your family members, if this is something that is a real concern for you, you're going to be looking for an actual approved gas mask that'll be NBC rated here stateside for today's standards. You're going to be looking at somewhere between $160 and $800 for an actual per mask for a appropriate filtration system for any types of NBC attacks. Now keep in mind, that is just the mask. That is not the outfits and anything. You could be spending in upwards of $1,600 to $4,000 for full rigs per person for a situation like this. The next item in the advanced box is this basically radiation water filter. Now this is designed for home use. It's not something you would attach to a gas mask. Anyone in the military knows that there is an actual drink assembly that attaches to your canteen that can directly input into a mask, which is something I think I would have rather seen in this kit given the fact that we got a gas mask, but I don't believe there is actually a port for drinking water with that particular setup due to the fact that it's so old. So if they would have given us a NBC rated gas mask, that would have been a delightful addition overall to this kit. And even if they didn't give us a fully NBC rated gas mask, that would have been awesome to put. So if someone wanted to invest in something like this down on the road and spend the high dollars on an NBC rated protection, that would have been pretty epic. However, this is designed to remove a lot of the contaminants, so you can basically use this filter and you connect it to your water faucet wherever you're going to be drinking out of to make sure the water coming out is much more safe if you feel that you may be drinking from a source that possibly could be contaminated. Now we move on to the Pro Box, or $99 a month, and the very first item in this level is the FT Lab Smart Geiger Radiation Meter. Now this is actually pretty cool. This is a Geiger counter or a radiation detector, and you can use it with your smart device. Now I've noticed a lot of videos, a lot of people are dropping down in the comment section wondering if you had to have service to use this Geiger counter, and the answer is no. Actually, you can use this Geiger counter with like an iPod Touch, your iPhone in airplane mode. You basically plug this in, you give it access, you download the app, and once you activate the app, it'll start detecting, you'll start using the microphone jack through the Geiger counter to display the levels of radiation or lack thereof that you're running into in a radiation emergency. The last item in the Pro Box is this big huge bottle of extreme colloidal silver. Now I want to make this out there is that's kind of cool that they put it in there. However, colloidal silver is not actually trusted, deemed, or recommended by the FDA. It is not FDA approved in any way, shape, or form. So personally, I cannot recommend this for people using it as a dietary supplement. However, colloidal silver can kill bacteria and germs because what the colloidal silver does will actually attach and bond to the bacteria and germs and actually kill it by breaking down the proteins in their cells. Now we move on to my favorite spot in the box is the Pro Plus, or the Knife of the Month Club, and this is the knife. This is a design collaboration between Battlbox and Liang Ma, and if you guys do not know who Liang Ma is, he is a very talented knife designer who has his own custom knives, mid-techs, everything like that. For most people who may have heard of him, you will know of his designs of companies he's worked with, such as KCRKT. So this is how it looks when you actually open up the box. You have a really nice presentation for this knife. Now keep in mind, this knife on Liang Ma's website is between $150 to $175. So for Pro Plus members, the way I'm able to justify the value of a battle box is typically for Pro Plus subscribers, the value of the knife typically is in the $90 to $200 price range almost every single month, with the included items you get and the subsequent levels. So when I look at the box saying, okay, this box costs $150 a month, I'm basically paying for the knife and I get all of this stuff for free. This is the knife. This thing is freaking sweet. This is a flipper that's running on ball bearing systems. You have a stainless steel handle, which is about 4 inches long, that is made of stainless steel that is titanium coated. You have a really nice smooth action on this blade. This is a nice, sweet, very aggressive, apocalyptic Tonto style blade. And the custom pivot screws they put on here were freaking awesome. There's basically the radioactive symbol, but one of the best touches about this blade, it does have a really nice pocket clip. I like the frame lock. However, the insides of this knife, the pivot screw on both sides and the innards of the blade are moon glow radioactive toxic green, which is freaking sick. It just puts a really nice aesthetic to a very aggressive, very nicely finished blade. Now this one goes on the Yongmong's website or on Battlebox's website for I think 150 bucks plus shipping, and mine actually came freaking centered. And I'm not saying anyone else had any issues, but this knife is super sharp out of the box, really smooth. It's super comfortable in the hands. I'm really happy that I got this knife. I like folding knives because I'm really big here on the channel with my everyday carry. So this is something I'm definitely going to be rotating in and out. So all in all, this is Mission 30 of Battlebox, the MBC box. Now for me, for Pro Plus subscribers, I see this as a tremendous value. There are 2 items that I wish they could have left out and swapped out for other items. However, due to their price constraints of keeping the price within the $150 realm that we as customers pay, I can understand why those items weren't upgraded. True Blue NBC rated gas masks, like I said, are 160 bucks or more. They can cost way more than that. Those are the bottom of the barrel is 160 bucks. And having the drinking system to use with a military style canteen would have been freaking epic. That would have been awesome. However, I understand the fact that it's kind of impossible for Battlebox to be able to afford to basically put in a really high-end, really nice flipper knife like this, and then put in a really high-end gas mask. However, that just about does it for now. If you enjoyed this video and you enjoyed Battlebox Mission 30 and you're excited to see how we use some of the stuff in future videos, definitely give this video a big thumbs up and share this out with your friends and family in your social media networks so we can keep growing, thriving, and making awesome videos for you guys. But that just about does it for now. Hope you guys have an absolute wonderful day. I'm out.